Left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left touchdown. They check it to 10. Hey.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my feet.
And we come to you from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27th. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football. An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Running from the gun with Howard. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
All right, Brent, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Running with Howard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. To throw is Wentz. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. This is taken around the 12. 34 yards on the return, but for a moment looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And it'll be Packer football here, 1st down and 10. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 16 yards, a 1st down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. On 1st down, Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. The defense surrenders a 13-yard pass play there on 3rd and 1. Big completion there on 3rd. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Jamal Williams, his first touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Crosby connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. And wow, now we got to go out.
Into heavy traffic in it. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something. Double turnovers. But instead, they'll keep the possession on the INT.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first or did the ball come out first?
This is where you need that 20/20 eyesight, don't you, Brandon? You've got to see which one happened first. If the knee hit the ground, then they will keep possession.
Take over 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Mike, watch the curve, watch the curve.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. The corner, Ronald Darby, comes up to get him.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
Here we go, D.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers going for it all. Got a man open, it's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Crosby with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least. And trying to get it to his tight end, Rodgers, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Darnell Savage, the rookie from Maryland. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Rolling to his left. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Now it's Rodgers. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. He's got the lane, and there he goes. The 20, 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And following the pick-6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick-6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. He was trying to find Equanimeous St. Brown, but now it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talking about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Check 4. No. Grade 15.
On 2nd down. It's Howard, and the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Here we go. Back. Waiting.
Tight end to the right, man. Tight end to the right. Move.
Hey, empty. Man 5-7.
From the gun, it's Wentz. This complete left side to Aguilar. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And Elliott puts this one through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. The throw there finding its way to Boyle. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
I got kicked out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. A throw over the middle taken in. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Rodgers now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down. The big fella! Touchdown, Packers! Jimmy Graham, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. The tight end can kind of be that diamond in the rough secret weapon that you have, and right there they show you why.
Yeah, and it's becoming less of a secret, isn't it, partner? Every game that we do nowadays, the tight end is a featured receiver, not just a blocker, as in the days of old.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
How fit to be the boss? Let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. And I gotta win no matter what, like 4th down, Hail Mary, no punch. Like every time I touch down, I gotta stunt. Randy Moss, yeah, my numbers going up. All these trophies, what do I need any more for? Check the stats up, you can could check the scoreboard. Check the stats, Jay Critch, I'm the QB. Ran it up and then I went and got a new freeze. How it feel to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star, in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. How it feel to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star, in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. If you ain't a winner, then don't come round. On my way to another city, it's a touchdown. Underlay, yeah, I gotta get it in a rush now. Let them hate, try to knock me down, but we got up now. You say that you ballin', keep it real though. Hey, why I never saw you in the field though? Hey, I make it look easy, it's a field goal. I've been grinding for a minute and I'm still going. How it feel to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star, in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. How it feel to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star, in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man, oh, deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash. Yeah, they can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Heat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big jobs, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerge victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears is glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man, oh, deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash.
There's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48, built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Go. Bleeding!
Let's go! Shoot!
Wait, go!
Now a two-time 1,000-yard rusher for the Bears. This is Jordan Howard. Zadarius Smith able to get him down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill out the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Shift!
This is Howard on second down. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those three guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
From the gun on third down, Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Rashawn Gary drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up fourth down. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at the 20.
You ain't doing nothing today. Alert flat. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Protein spill. Check Mike 57. Mike 57.
Now the man from UTEP. This is Aaron Jones. A big run there by Jones. 57 yards. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Check back.
Now Rodgers. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Looking to throw again on second down. Rodgers. 7 yards on the play, and they're going to have a third down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Rodgers going to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll try the right side with Jones. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Now Wentz on third down. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize her into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anderson Aho. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. The tackle made by Blake Martinez.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jackson. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
Good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that?
Now the ball comes loose, and the Packers pick it up. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Of course, they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Check 53, Mike. Got one, I got one. Whip. Back north.
On second down, it's Jones. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Hey, we got Mike 53. Mike 53. Get your over here. Jim.
Rodgers on 3rd down. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played. But you got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
We got this. The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Working from the gun, Wentz. Aguilar has it. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Wentz. And this is Ertz with it, right side. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Throw left side complete. That's Jackson. Well, they completed the pass but lost yardage, so they'll decline the penalty.
Perfect play for them, isn't it? Who needs a penalty when you try and throw the ball, you don't even get it downfield, and they go ahead and snuff out the play. They'll take that as a result.
This is taken at the 23. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Anderson-Dejo. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David. Well, under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Hey,
after the sack on 1st down, Wentz, he finds Aguilar over the middle. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
An Eagle first down there, Wentz to Ertz, and the names that end in TZ. Wentz now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Now Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
Okay, baby, let's go. Let's go.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. And have a look back at our first half, as well as looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Marshall. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better. Now look out. Rodgers lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Let's get it.
The Packers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17.
Back one. It's a plant. 53 is the mic. 6-man. Check curls, check curls, check curls. Check. 53's mic. Check. 53's mic.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Going up top. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute. I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Wentz is going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Open man right side is St. Brown. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. From the 35 on 2nd down, Rodgers, and this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. 22 yards there, a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0.
Packers 14, Eagles nothing. Mason Crosby set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
46 down, man, 5-4.
Throwing his Wentz. Jackson's got it over the middle. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. The Eagles on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Trey 15, Trey 15.
Now Wentz. And that is incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. A 44-yard punt. They're going to wind up losing yardage on the return, though. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know,
and for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Anderson-Dejo. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
From the 30 on second down, Rodgers. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Shotgun now for Rodgers. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Packers. Devontae Adams, his 4th touchdown on the year. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown. Crosby with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing, and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
A first down run not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
On 2nd and 9, Wentz. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 26. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Wentz going to throw. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a gain of 7. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Wentz. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Rashawn Gary able to record his 5th sack of the season. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. From the gun, it's Wentz. His throw caught at about the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Trying to punch it in with Howard. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Jordan Howard, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit. Elliott good with a PAT. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
At the 26-yard line.
53's the mark. 53. Check 53. And watch that.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. Pretty lucky to get the football back. Had his target out there waving the arms, saying I'm open, but maybe didn't see him quick enough.
And I know the jokes are always about defensive backs' hands. What really actually happens, you don't get many opportunities. You get over anxious, and you start to think about taking it away and going the other way instead of focusing and catching the ball.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight, He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion in the field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because
Packer pressure, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
Under 10, under 10, 10, ram.
Here's Wentz to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Zadarius Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is fielded at the 7. So possession goes over here on the punt.
Here we go.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Watch the screen. Pass.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now at Lambeau. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the 4th quarter. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Check. Get 300. Get 300.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. He finds an opening past the 40, and he takes it all the way up to the 47. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now it's Rodgers. He lets this one rip toward Graham. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all, and to me it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead, or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. To Valdez-Scantling over the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. Now, this one now not over yet, Charles. You've got a sliver of hope on that other sideline.
You certainly do, because that would have made it a 3-score game, and that probably would have been curtains at that point. But now if they can get down the field quickly and somehow...
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. Facing this fourth quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock, they know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Jones. Touchdown, Packers. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. That sack came from the corner. On the corner blitz, it was Josh Jackson.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Working from the gun, Wentz. And that is incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. The Eagles indeed snap it. Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. Breaking the huddle, 1st and goal as the return team has set him up with golden field position. Rodgers now. From the gun, he'll throw. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat. Complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Sproles. And he's not going to sniff the 1st down here. He stopped at the 25. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle 1st down. Throwing now is Wentz. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down. Throwing on 1st is Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. The throw by Wentz, caught by Jackson. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
And it's third down.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on third and long. Shotgun now for Wentz. He's going to let it fly. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Howard all alone in the backfield on second and goal. Wentz now to throw. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Rashawn Gary. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Maybe one final chance here to make this a bit more respectable as he'll go for it on fourth and goal. Wentz to throw for it on fourth. This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Alshon Jeffrey, his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles get a score closer. Elliott good on the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, for a second there, I had flashbacks to a few years ago, the NFC Championship game for the Packers, but here they're able to hold on.
And many things changed in Green Bay after that game. Personnel, people coaching, the whole deal. And in this case, they get it done. No fail like they had in Seattle.
And he's got this down to the 35. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow, and for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold, I kept thinking about when we did our training camp tour and something that you noticed along the way. Just about every camp we visited, when the defense got together, everyone was doing ball drills. Defensive linemen, linebackers, secondary, because they understood how vital it was to take the football away. And they wanted every opportunity. When the ball was knocked free, they want all those guys to be familiar with touching the ball so they could pick up the fumble or get the interception, and we saw it pay off in this one here.
Yeah, 5 times. They'll remember this one. So for Green Bay, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And now they get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they'll drop down to 1-3, and they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.